As people living in a globalised community, we can travel vast distances, eat exotic foods, and experience the lifestyles to which we have grown accustomed almost anywhere in the world. Whilst many enjoy having access to 14 blends of coffee and 50 brands of clothing, the perks of globalisation do have their downsides. Increased mobility in a growing monoculture has diminished our connection to place and the intricate ecologies which support life. This has significant consequences for the sustainability priority in Australian schools. How do we develop an ethic of care for the places we live when the kids we teach are no longer reliant on their resources? To address this problem, our team has developed a place-based project aimed at developing a culture of sustainability within Chifley College High School. The project is centred around the ecological processes of growing, harvesting and eating food, and aims to measure the effectiveness of place-based experiences on building value and understanding of sustainable ways of living. In this brief presentation, we'll outline the background of the school and the project, its objectives and components, the steps required for its implementation, how we plan to measure its effectiveness, and our aims for continuous improvement. To ensure that students develop an ethic of care for the places they live and a conscientious awareness of the world around them, sustainability has become a cross-curricular priority in all Australian schools. It involves teaching them about the interdependence of cultural, social, environmental and economic systems by providing them with opportunities to participate in activities which support more sustainable ways of living. This helps them to develop a value in diversity and to appreciate the broad ecologies which support life. Chifley College Mount Druitt campus is situated in a low SES area and caters for a population with high levels of obesity, unemployment and low life expectancies. And these concerns are amplified by its close locality to fast food restaurants, whose prevalence have been correlated with high levels of obesity. Teaching for sustainability promotes healthier social, environmental, ecological patterns of living and contributes to a more socially just world. And as a context with unsustainable ecological patterns, there's a definite need to improve the sustainability initiatives at Chifley College. The Australian curriculum and the environmental education policy ensures that sustainability remains a priority within Chifley College. However, to establish a culture of sustainability, addressing the curriculum cannot be an end in itself. An ethic of care for the reciprocal relationships and the diverse systems which support life cannot be maintained or practiced without a deep and meaningful connection to place. And it is often through direct experience with the rhythms of natural cycles and the community within which we live that a sense of place will begin to develop. So we have designed a program which utilizes place-based pedagogy in order to establish an effective and productive culture of sustainability at Chifley College.
We have proposed that 1, the school establish a vegetable garden which can be tended to by students and staff and the local community. Nurturing a vegetable garden is a great way to give students hands-on experience with the food and soil at their feet. Create an annual school cookbook which focuses on sustainable production and the use of vegetables, which shares family recipes amongst the community. By including the food and recipes of students and their families, we hope to embed personal and community relevance into the learning outcomes of this program. And thirdly, we hope to promote an annual event where the school and its community come together to celebrate locally grown produce and the joys of building a sustainable future. Sustainability is not simply tree hugging, it is concerned with the broad ecologies of life, and that involves our local community. Holding an annual event empowers the students with knowledge they have learned and helps them become an agent of change.
When we look at intervention, we need to consider the stakeholders that are involved in this project and what it is about their buy-in, whether it's the students, teachers or wider community. Education is a central and continuous theme throughout this program. By integrating the school garden within the school curriculum, we are able to provide a place-based relevance to our students' learning. Although the program can be easily incorporated into a school's documentation, It's the positive engagement of the students and teaching staff which will indicate the successful uptake. Promoting the school garden project through school newsletters, websites and other social media can be used to share information to the wider community and encourage involvement out for those outside the school. Today's society requires schools to combine traditional and newer strategies to keep everyone in the wider community engaged and interested in their local school. By using social media strategies, this will help to spread the good word about the school culture that we are working diligently to promote. When we consider the social intervention, by opening up the school garden to the local community, we extend the engagement and create a sense of communal space, where the garden is not just a 9 to 3 resource, but a place for the whole local community. The influence of community has on the cultural impacts of our garden will be brought out in the food that is grown and the subsequent food that is presented at the food festival. We are able to further reinforce the school garden program through the active development and implementation of the school environmental management plan. The whole school local community approach creates a shift towards a more sustainable practice while encouraging a broader community to embrace a more sustainable and healthy living. With a full involvement of the school and the wider community, the success of the food garden program will have a tangible impact on the health and sustainable learning and its links to our environment, culture, and our society as a whole.
In order to measure the project consistently throughout its course of time, there have been measurements, tools, and procedures put in place. These measurement tools and procedures include interviews, audits, observations, surveys, questionnaires, and feedback booklets. These measurement tools allow for a deeper understanding of direct action taken place, teacher, student, and staff engagement, community contribution, the success of the task, and allows for an overall overview of the task throughout its course of time. Interviews will be conducted with teachers, students, and parents at different stages of the task in order to gather an understanding of the type of interaction and appreciation for the project. Audits will take place so programs, units, and the school environmental management plan can be analysed. Observations will be ongoing throughout the entire project in order to view engagement and participation. Surveys and questionnaires will take place at the conclusion of the project for review and to look at the future improvements that can be made. At the conclusion of the project, feedback booklets will be provided to parents and the wider community at the cookbook release dinner, providing the opportunity to voice their opinions. These measurement tools allow for both qualitative and quantitative data to be collected through an educational, environmental, and social outlook with a focus on the effectiveness of the project throughout different stages.
There will be much effort to promote the program upon its commencement at the beginning of the school year, but this is an open-ended project where community and social events will be used to promote and give focus. However, there is no end date. By integrating curriculum activities utilising the garden throughout each term, we are able to provide students to be constantly engaged with the garden and meet curriculum outcomes.
Looking to the future, it is important that all stakeholders continue to connect, teach, manage and inspire students, teachers and the local community to be more engaged in sustainability and to promote healthier standards of living. The data retrieved from the measurement tools and procedures would allow researchers and those involved at Chifley College Mount Druitt to review the project, gaining an understanding of the project's effectiveness in creating a successful and productive, sustainable culture, whilst also understanding the opinions of all of those individuals who were involved. Utilising breakthrough strategies to transform the knowledge of the school and the broader community is the central objective of the project and its future longevity. Additionally, sharing inquiry by developing teams of students, teachers and the community will help build a community of practice as each individual engages with continuous learning.
Overall, this proposal outlines the need for the implementation of a place-based sustainability initiative in the context of Chifley College Mount Druitt campus. We believe that this proposal elicits appropriate intervention strategies with relevant measurement procedures that allow the project to be implemented and sustained.